just maybe a remark, maybe you've seen this since you mentioned 538. That Nate Silver, of course, Nate Silver in 2008 became famous for picking everything in action. Now he's one of the ones who got it. And claimed that since there had never been anybody like Trump, there'd never been a situation like Trump, you can't possibly predict Trump. And I wondered what it sounds like you're agreeing.
It's an interesting world. In some respects, it's blanket statements. Absolutely, there's parts of it that are true, but it's a very broad statement. I know that the question would be where did the results go wrong? And a lot of people have different things. Nate Silver talked about one of the things he didn't believe in was kind of a demand, sort of a social desirability element to when people call you and pull you. Who are you going to vote for? I think that might be something to it. I mean, when you look at a lot of the surveys you see in social science research, particularly on topics that are not good ones, intimate partner violence, or things that where you're going to say, hey, when was the last time you hit somebody? Well, never. That's usually the answer you're going to get. I feel like perhaps Trump reached a level or divisiveness even within families and groups of people where you might not want to talk truly about what you felt. And that could possibly have biased survey results, and that's what his method and all of our methods really rely on. So there may be some truth to that. He didn't seem to think that was it. But yeah, I think ultimately, the future hasn't happened yet unless we can figure things out. So in some respects, there's nothing that's ever the same as the past. But I do think that there are good lessons that could be learned from this. How do we get better, accurate methods of knowing what people intend to do is one of them. Yes, sir.
So is the GRE more reliable now?
It actually is. They have improved it a little bit. So when they changed this, there's an odd reason for why they did it. It's slightly more reliable. And the reason for that, it comes from this idea, it sort of relates to some of the research I've done. It's really hard to put people on this continuum and line them up, right? And so it turns out if you have fewer points to put them on a continuum, you are better at putting them on those fewer points. The more points you have, the less reliable it will be. And so by consequence, they shortened up their scale score dropped, I think, about 20 points.